Okay, guys, another video back at you once again. Wanted to point this out to you guys. This isn't vibe coding. I seen this video pop up here. Day one vibe coding a game in 7 days using cursor. I was taking a look at it. First off, this seems more like the um, traditional coding setup, for lack of a better term. Because what these guys are doing, I mean, day one vibe coding, building a game in 7 days. Honestly, people are building games in like a few days on Twitter by themselves. And the fact that there's two of you and it's taking you guys 7 days to build a game using cursor, I'm assuming you're using Lua. I'm looking at the scripts here in VS Code. Um, so I mean, first off, I've built games in a couple of hours vibe coding. So, and I'm actually going to make a video about that. We're going to do it live because I can't just keep saying that without backing it up and showing you guys live. So make sure you guys subscribe if you want to see me vibe code live. I'm going to start doing that daily so you guys can see me actually build apps. I'm actually doing a challenge right now of 100 apps in 100 days. I'm not even sure what app number we're on because I kind of haven't been posting it on my LinkedIn, but we are still building out the apps. Let me see. I'll update you guys on a separate video for that and make an official video announcing that. But anyways, this isn't vibe coding, and it's not just me saying this. We can play the video here. See, look at, I mean, look. You see what I mean? I mean, just that little snippet of conversation right there, them going back and forth about, the file name convention, right? And how I see this, there's some camel casing here, and how it should be like all lowercase, I'm assuming. I mean, look, man, it's really not that big of a deal, as long as for vibe coding, none of that, as long as this runs and you can test the game, right? You can rapidly iterate, that doesn't matter. How the files are named, that doesn't matter right now. That's something you go back and you change and you clean up and you clean it up, once you have like your core concept and your core MVP done, and now people can go and actually check out the game and play a demo. This is what I'm saying. And let's go down to the comments here. Like, this isn't vibe coding though. Maybe change the title. So it's not just me saying this. This isn't vibe coding. So you guys should definitely change the title. I think that now that vibe coding, see, I've always been a vibe coder, and I'm gonna show you guys. Um, Coding and like talking at the same time for me is not something that I'm used to doing. For me, coding is a very much internal process. It's a silent process, right? Everything is happening inside of my head. So for me to be like trying to relay it to you guys at the same time, everything is coming in, instead of just being quiet and making those connections and staying in it. Because once you start speaking and talking, and verbalizing things, it's very hard to maintain flow and verbalize things at the same time. And those of you who've ever attained flow state in anything, whether it be gaming, whether it be coding, whether it be sports, attaining flow state, most people have never even attained the flow state with anything. You know, no, most people can probably relate when it comes to reading, but that's probably the closest. I would say that most people have gotten to attaining a flow state, because a lot of people don't even play sports. Let's be honest. So, um, especially people in tech. I mean, let's be real here. A lot of folks in tech aren't like athletes on the weekends, right? So, attaining the flow state, it's a very silent process, right? You need to be very focused, right? And trying to verbalize at the same time and be super focused on what you're doing. For me, it's not something that these are not two things that you can do in parallel, right? They kind of conflict with each other unless you're well practiced, right? Unless you're well practiced in being very focused and then inside of a flow state and verbalizing at the same time, it's going to be hard. It's going to be one or the other. You're going to either be in flow state or you're going to be verbalizing something, because it's very hard to be processing and inputting information, right? Processing input, and then at the same time trying to output the information that you're inputting, right? Especially when you take into account the analogy of the brain being like a computer, right? Or the body being like a computer, the brain being like the motherboard of that. Um, so I mean, yeah, I think I've said enough on that. So anyways, I just wanted to touch on that. because I see that this, they've been this is just day one. So let's see, they have 3 days left, and they're actually live right now. Um, I just see a bunch of videos on vibe coding. This is another big channel, the Prime Time, the place for all things that are awesome on stream. It looks like the Primetime AG. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this channel. Like I said, I'm always actually busy building stuff. So it looks like a very a coding channel, tech curation. So focus around tech and coding. I see some leak code. Uh, let's take a look at the live and see what the status is. There's not even any music playing. I mean, where's the lo-fi in the background? Okay, they got the game up. 3 days left. How is this not work? This isn't even a game that freaking has any like animations or anything. This is literally a game that's like, is it like a text-based game? There's no way these guys are like creating. There's no way these guys are making a text-based game and struggling. Am I just that good? I don't mean to be, I don't mean to be egotistical, but I mean, I should literally. Let's see before I say anything. Yeah, this is a text-based game, and it's like literally there's errors. Are you guys using cursor? Like, what is going on, dude? Is he answering my question? Okay. Yeah, but I mean, the game should be finished, dude. I mean, it's been 4 days. Let's. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the audio, but he said pure vibe coding is nuts. Like pure vibe coding. I'm assuming he's talking about coding just like in the zone with lo-fi going. Yeah, see, I think that I think that there's like those like unicorn devs who like who come on who get hired, right, and they come onto the job and they're nobody can understand their code, but they're cracking out features like it's nothing. They're building entire apps by themselves. Those people vibe code. Those are vibe coders. And then you have another group of those folks who kind of like learn coding maybe in a pair programming setting or in like a boot camp, and so they're very used to. I mean, I hate to say this word, but they're very used to almost like a training wheel sort of setup to where it's like, oh, you have someone to kind of lean on, when you need help. But those developers who are kind of like the unicorns that kind of had to make themselves stand out in a world where you didn't have any pair program, you didn't have a pair, you got hired and you had to perform. Those are the folks who like really know their stuff, because this isn't a space where you're going to have. This is a space for the self-sufficient. I want to say coding is for the self-sufficient. If you're not self-sufficient as an engineer, um I don't think that you belong in the space. There's a reason why these individuals get paid the big bucks. You don't get paid the big bucks to lean on someone else and have them essentially do your job for you. That's just my opinion. Some might like it, some might hate it, but you know. But anyways, in my opinion, this game should be done already. It's not even a game that's like has any animations. using WebGL. There's no 3D scenes. Like I've built 3D scenes in Blender, imported those into a web app as like the scene, the opening scene for a game, and that can all be done in like a day. So it's like, and then I'm just one man. So when I see stuff like this and I see these guys, there's two people and they're literally like struggling to get this game to MVP. I'm like, what is happening? And this is just my critique. You can like it, you can hate it, you can think or you have a big ego or whatever the case may be. I really don't care. I mean, I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm allowed to feel how I feel about whatever topic. Um, if you don't like it, that's your opinion. You're allowed to have it, right? And if you guys want to challenge me and say, well, why don't you build this game? I'll build whatever they're building here. I promise you, I can build it in less than 7 days. And I'm one person. And I wish somebody, if you feel like I can't, if you feel like you want to jump in the comments and challenge me, I dare you. I dare you. Jump in the comments and tell me to build this in 7 days. I'll do it live. So you can watch. Let's see. Yeah, I don't understand. Tower of Vibes. Let's check out the chat. Check out the comments really quickly before I end the video. Let's pause it. Does the orb prompt do something useful except wasting context tokens? Let's see. Best I've seen is using AI for the scaffolding. You go in and do the rest. I can code CSS, but Claude can, so it can design the entire template for a system. Guys, Claude can. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It can do everything. It can do everything. Like I'm not gonna lie. You have to be a good prompt engineer now because it's not. It's what's the word for when something has been like when it's like in gaming, like when something is buffed, it's like upgraded. It's the opposite of when something is buffed. That's the status of a lot of the AI models right now. Like they're not as powerful as they were when they first came out. So, but realistically, AI, cloud, and all of these models, they can do a lot of the work that you guys are saying. Oh, it's good for this. It's good when you don't overuse it. So you can literally get template code and you can literally get like fully working, functioning features for that code. And this can all be done using cursor. Now, where it starts to get wonky is if you're like auto applying the changes using cursor, right? Instead of going in and actually making the code changes yourself and then double checking to make sure that things are on the up and up. Because I've noticed that cursor will take out working code to implement a new feature. It'll take out working code from another feature to implement a new feature. You know, um, so you have to be careful with how you use the auto apply if you're using cursor, but it does work very well. You just have to be careful with how you're using it and understand the limitations. And take it from someone who uses AI every single day. I use AI every single day, not even just for coding. I use AI every single day, so I very much am aware of the limitations. How to get the most out of my prompts, what to include in all of my prompts to avoid, having it break or having it hallucinate or having it trip out. or tweak or whatever the case may be. So what else? Assembly would be way funnier. So is the AI actually useful, or is this still like 99% human coding? See, a lot of these comments let me know you guys like you guys just don't even really understand like what's happening. These kinds of comments. Like I would say like start experimenting with ChatGPT, buddy. Because like you need to get like you can't live under a rock while all of this is happening and still be like so out of touch that you don't even know that AI is changing the game, especially when it comes to coding. AI is changing the game. You need if you're in tech, you need to know that. You know, you need to get out of denial land. Stop thinking that, oh yeah, my job is safe. You need to stop. You need to get in, you need to start using these tools so you can understand for yourself, like, realistically, what can this really do? Try to build an app with it. Cursor delete your code to reduce your bug. No code equal no bugs. Yeah, so I don't know. A lot of these people in here, I don't know how much experience they actually have. See, look, where's the vibe coding part? See, it's supposed to be music. Mhm. It's so encouraging non-developers vibe coding purely with GPT. No need to touch code anymore. I feel like everyone. Yeah, I mean, you can literally code an entire app with just GPT. This is a love 2D game as someone who has that. Yeah. But that's it for this one, guys. Just wanted to give my thoughts on that video about vibe coding. It seems like a new fad nowadays, and everybody's jumping on it. But I'm going to show you guys what vibe coding truly is and start making some daily content vibe coding. So that's it for this one, guys. As always, keep coding. If you're on LinkedIn, make sure you follow me for more excellent content. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to AI Dev Now for more content.